G'day everyone, this is RisingFunGaming here, and welcome to my first armor overview for Monster Hunter Double Cross. The first armor overview we're going to do is the Blademaster version of one of the flagship monsters, Barufaruku, or Valfalk, as we've kind of coined his name for now, waiting for an official translation later on. This is the armor set, and let's have a closer look. Got the charge blade with it as well. Just pop that away for a sec. And this is how it looks. So Valfalk is the new jet-themed Elder Dragon. One of the two flagships for this title. The other flagship is the Deviant Diabolos. And you can see sort of the booster jets at the pauldron area there on the shoulders, looking really fab. It's really good looking set. Love it. In case you want to know what it looks like with a little bit of coloration, let's just have a little bit of fun and look at that. So basically it's all the red areas that we saw before. You can color it in whichever fashion you'd like. And it's very obvious when you rainbow it up. Alright, we'll keep it at its default there. Okay, so what I've gone ahead and done is I've upgraded, because this is very early days, I've upgraded the helmet to its maximum. Haven't got the bits to upgrade everything to its maximum, but at level 6 we get 172 defense. That being the case, we're going to extrapolate from that, multiply that value by 5. So I think the overall defense boost you're going to get with this armor set is going to be a whopping 860, so that's pretty fantastic. We'll go back to the statistics here. As you can see, the elemental resistances, there's -10 to fire, water, thunder, ice, and 15 resistance to dragon. For the slots, you'll see that there's 2 double slots and 2 single slots. Okay, now to the points table here for the skills. I'll just quickly remark, all the skills that I'm going to describe here are also present on the gunner equivalent of this armor set. The points are a little bit different. I think there's at least one difference. I think there's 18 points to the first skill instead of 17 here. Okay, so without further ado, we'll go through this because it's very interesting. We've got a couple of new skills to look at here. First is the easy one. It is attack. We've got 17 points to that of a possible 20. At the 15 point mark, you're going to get attack up medium, and that just gives you 15 more points to your attack. Okay, next up we've got a new skill, so it's a tentative name that we're giving it here. So I'm going to call it 10 points, the maximum value for this one, to keep running or continued running. And the active skill is called Keep Run. Now with this skill, when you're running, your stamina drain will stop when you get to red stamina, at which point you can run indefinitely, which is super cool. This applies to all running scenarios, not just when you're running away from monsters in the same area as them. So it's just crazy, and it goes with the jet dragon theme. This guy can fly super fast at supersonic speeds, so that's one of the skills that it gives to you. The next is another tentatively named skill, another new one called Dragon Energy, 10 points to that, which is the maximum value, and it activates into a skill which you could read as Dragon Energy Activity, but I'm going to call it Dragonborn. Yes, I went there. I like that name, and you can throw all the rotten tomatoes at me if you want, but I'm going to call it Dragonborn. What this skill does, it does a whole bunch of things, and we'll have some video footage to show it off and illustrate it better at the end of this skill explanation. But basically, when your health dips below 2/3 of its max value, you'll be inflicted with Dragonblight. But on the positive side of things, all your elemental resistances will be set to positive 50. Yes, I'm not talking out of my bumby. Positive 50, and your attack power will be increased. By exactly which value or which multiplier I can't say for now, but I did an experiment or two, and we're going to investigate that at the end of the video, so we'll just go through that a little bit later. Basically, I think it's a 1.1 times multiplier, but I'm not 100% sure until we get some more data. Now, another strange and weird thing that popped up with further testing was the fact that when you have the Dragonblight, it prevents all your elements from being effective on your weapon like normal Dragonblight should, right? Except it doesn't affect your ability to deal dragon element damage, as it is a weird self-infliction of Dragonblight that you can do using this skill. The skill somehow lets you keep the ability to deal this dragon, which works well if you're pairing it with a dragon element weapon such as Barufaruku weapons. So this is very interesting stuff indeed. And lastly, here's a familiar skill coming in with Monster Hunter Cross. This is Crisis, 10 points to it, the maximum value, activating into Resuscitate. For those that don't know, Resuscitate increases your attack by 20 when you have an abnormal status. So this is great and works in concert with the Dragonborn skill. How exciting is that? So there's a lot of really interesting things to this armor. What we're going to do now is throw to some video footage and I'll commentate over that, and we'll just illustrate further what this cool armor set does with its new armor skills. Okay, so the first armor skill I wanted to show you guys was the continued running. You can see we're running away from a barrier off here, and we're running, and we got to the red, and as soon as we get to the red stamina, it just doesn't drain anymore, and you can just keep going and going and going. I get interrupted in the middle of the run here too, which doesn't screw things up for us, so we just keep going. So that's really cool. As I said, I also tested this in a different area when you're not running away from a monster, and the same effect will happen, so that's nice. Next up, we're taking a look at Dragonborn. So when your health dips below 2/3, you'll be inflicted with the Dragonblight, but all your elemental resistances will jack up to 50 and your attack power will be increased by some margin. So what we just saw, let's get a replay. So if you look really carefully, it'll switch from 195 to 214 and 236 real fast. Just look real carefully. Boom, boom. So we know that we've also got Resuscitate on this, and that's supposed to increase your attack by 20 when you have an abnormal status, which you're getting through the self-inflicted dragon energy when your health dips down below 2/3. So it's interesting exactly what's going on. You get an increase from 195 to 214, which is not quite 20, and then you get an increase to 236. So what do you guys reckon? What do you reckon's happening? There's some sort of multiplier in there keeping everything else in check. It's quite interesting to see how those attack values go up and down. There might be something that you guys know that I don't, but generally speaking, it looks like definitely 50 elemental boost to all of your elemental resistances, which is great, and something I'm guessing is around about a 1.1 times multiplier for attack. It does bear more investigation with some other builds and stuff like that, but yeah, it's pretty fun skill nonetheless, and what a very strong set this one is. I think lots of people are going to enjoy it for not only its looks but the awesome skills that it comes with. Thanks so much for watching. As always, my name is RisingFunGaming. This has been the G rank Valk X armor set overview. Really hope you enjoyed it and look forward to some more in the near future. Catch you later. Bye for now.